What's up, guys? And here with another very special episode of our series, where we go behind the scenes of some of the most interesting places in the world. And today, we are going to take a look at how SUVs are made. Specifically, we'll be taking a closer look at one of the largest manufacturers of this type of vehicle, which is the Hyundai Motor Company. They produce all sorts of different types of SUVs, from affordable subcompact crossovers such as the Venue and Kona, compact options like Tucson, and the ever-so-popular Palisades full-size SUV. So, we're going to be going over the entire production process of these vehicles, starting off with the very first step of building the body structure itself. But before we do that, if you guys want to see more videos like this and learn more about the inner workings of some of the most interesting places around the world, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us grow and allows us to make more content like this for you guys. Also, stick around until the end of the video because we have another channel that we be promoting. You guys are gonna love it. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The construction of an SUV's body begins with the creation of the frame, or the unibody. This is the basic structure that supports the entire vehicle and is responsible for its strength and rigidity. Depending on the manufacturer, there are various methods used to construct this frame. For example, Hyundai and Kia use what's known as the K-platform, which was specifically designed by them for their SUVs. On the other hand, companies like General Motors utilize their very own global architecture platform known as the GMT architecture. These platforms are then sent to stamping machines, which cut them into the necessary shapes. The pieces are then welded together to form the main structure of the vehicle's body. This process can be carried out either manually or using robots, depending on the manufacturer and the model. Next up, the body goes through a process called body in white. This involves the assembly of the frame, roof, doors, and trunk lid to form the complete exterior shell of the SUV. Robots then attach various components to the frame, such as the front and rear clips, which include things like the bumpers, fenders, and lights. After that, the doors, hood, and liftgate are attached along with other parts like the windshield and rear window glass. At Hyundai, the company uses over 2,000 robots for this stage of the process. Once completed, the body is then moved to the paint shop for preparation and painting. Now, the paint shop is one of the most meticulously designed areas of any car manufacturing plant. The goal here is to ensure that each SUV has an even and consistent paint application. To achieve this, the body undergoes several washing and cleaning processes before the actual painting begins. First, the bodies are washed with high-pressure water jets to remove any dirt or debris. Then they are cleaned with detergent and rinsed again. Any imperfections in the surface are then removed by grinding and sanding. And the bodies are once again washed and dried before moving on to the painting process. In the painting area, the SUV bodies move through a series of spray booths where they are coated with primers and paints. Primers serve as a protective layer between the metal body and the paint, helping to prevent rust and corrosion. The paint itself is applied in multiple thin coats to ensure an even and smooth finish. Each coat is allowed to dry before the next one is applied, and the whole process is carefully monitored to ensure that the paint meets the manufacturer's specifications. Once painted, the bodies are put through a drying oven, where hot air removes any excess paint and hardens the finish. Finally, the bodies are inspected for any defects in the paint, and any imperfections are corrected before moving on to the next stage of production. Next, we have the interior section of the SUV production line. In this stage, the fully painted bodies are moved to the interior assembly area where the seats, dashboard, door panels, headliner, and other interior components are installed. This part of the process is highly detailed and requires precision to ensure that all the components fit together correctly. Some of these tasks are performed by robots, but many others require the attention and skill of human workers. As the interior components are added, the SUV moves along the assembly line. Various electrical components are also installed during this stage, such as the wiring harness, which is a network of wires that connects various components of the vehicle's electrical system. Other components, like the radio, air conditioning system, speakers, and other accessories are also added at this point. Moving on, the next stage of the SUV production process is the powertrain assembly. This involves attaching the engine, transmission, and drivetrain to the body. These components are typically assembled separately on another production line and then attached to the body as a single unit. The powertrain is lifted into position and attached to the body using specialized equipment. This is usually done by robots, but again, certain tasks require the expertise of human workers. Once the powertrain is attached, the SUV moves on to the next stage of the assembly line where the wheels and tires are installed. This is usually done using specialized equipment that lifts the vehicle and allows workers to easily attach the wheels and tires. The workers then attach the wheels to the axles, and the axles are then attached to the vehicle. After the wheels and tires are installed, the SUVs move to the final assembly area where any remaining components are attached. This includes things like the exhaust system, fuel system, brake lines, electrical connections, and various trim pieces. Another crucial aspect of the final assembly is the quality control checks that are performed at various stages of the process. These checks are designed to ensure that the SUV meets the manufacturer's specifications and is roadworthy. At Hyundai, for example, there are over 100 quality control checks performed throughout the assembly process, including functional tests of the vehicle systems and a final inspection, before the vehicle is released to the customer. Finally, once the SUV has passed all the quality control checks, it is moved to the delivery area where it is prepared for shipment to dealerships. Before being shipped, each SUV is fueled. The fluids are topped off, the tires are inflated, and the battery is charged. The vehicle is then driven off the assembly line for the final time and is moved to a holding lot until it is ready to be transported. Alongside the assembly of the SUV, another important process that takes place in the factory is the production of the vehicle's interior. This includes the seats, dashboard, door panels, and other components that contribute to the overall comfort and functionality of the vehicle's cabin. The production of these components typically begins with the creation of the seat frames, which are then covered with foam and fabric or leather to create the finished seat. The dashboard and door panels are produced using a similar process, although these components often involve more complex designs and materials. Overall, the production of an SUV involves a complex and highly coordinated process that requires the expertise of thousands of workers and robots. From the initial assembly of the frame to the final quality control checks, each step is crucial in creating a vehicle that meets the manufacturer's specifications and the expectations of the customers. If you want to see another channel that shows how other everyday items are made, check out Life Noggin. You'll learn how everyday items like Post-it notes, rubber duckies, and even Doritos are made. There's always something interesting over there, so make sure to check it out. So, I hope you guys enjoyed learning about how SUVs are made. I know if you did, please hit that thumbs up button below. It really helps us out. And again, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an exciting episode. Also, be sure to check out our other content. We think you'll really enjoy it. And we'll see you next time.